Edmonton, a city known for its friendly spirit and vibrant culture, found itself in the grip of fear. It started with whispers, then escalated to full-blown terror. A predator lurked in the shadows, shattering the city's peace. This was not just a case of violence, it was a chilling reflection of our times, a dark tale of obsession, and the blurring lines between fiction and reality. The story began with Mark Twitchell, an aspiring filmmaker with a dangerous fascination. He was captivated by the popular TV show Dexter, a series that followed the life of a vigilante serial killer. Twitchell's interest went beyond mere admiration, it morphed into a dangerous obsession. He began to emulate his fictional hero, blurring the lines between fantasy and reality in the most horrifying way imaginable. This case was not just another crime. It was a chilling narrative of how our obsessions can lead us down a dark path. It forced us to confront the unsettling possibility that the stories we consume can influence our actions in profound and disturbing ways. The tale of Mark Twitchell serves as a stark reminder of the power of fiction and the potential for its dark side to bleed into our reality. The investigation into Twitchell's crimes would test the limits of forensic science and psychology. It would reveal a mind consumed by darkness, a mind that had meticulously planned and executed a real-life horror story. This is the story of Edmonton's Dark Turn, a story that continues to haunt us with its implications about the human psyche and the fragile nature of our reality. Mark Twitchell was not your typical criminal. He was an aspiring filmmaker, a husband, and a father. On the surface, he seemed like an ordinary man. Beneath the surface, however, lay a dark obsession. Twitchell was deeply captivated by the TV show Dexter, a show about a serial killer who targeted other criminals. Twitchell's fascination with Dexter went beyond mere entertainment. He became fixated on the character, immersing himself in Dexter's world. He began to adopt Dexter's mannerisms, his dark humor, and his chillingly meticulous approach to murder. His friends noticed the change, the shift in his personality, the dark jokes that seemed to hit a little too close to home. What started as a harmless fascination soon spiraled into something far more sinister. Twitchell began to fantasize about living out Dexter's life, about becoming a real-life vigilante. He meticulously planned his crimes, drawing inspiration from the show's intricate plots and gruesome execution methods. His apartment became a shrine to Dexter, filled with memorabilia, props, and even a kill room designed to mimic Dexter's macabre workspace. Twitchell's obsession with Dexter became his undoing. It warped his sense of reality, leading him down a dangerous path that would ultimately destroy lives and leave a permanent scar on the city of Edmonton. His story serves as a chilling reminder of the power of fiction and the potential for its dark side to seep into our reality. Twitchell, fueled by his Dexter obsession, meticulously crafted a plan to ensnare his victims. He knew he couldn't just snatch people off the street. He needed a strategy, a way to lure them into his trap. That's when he turned to online dating, a seemingly harmless platform that he would twist for his own sinister purposes. He created a fake profile on Plenty of Fish, a popular dating site. He presented himself as a charming and successful bachelor, using a false name and carefully crafting his online persona to appear irresistible. He targeted men who were looking for companionship, men who were vulnerable and unsuspecting. Twitchell initiated conversations, building trust and rapport with his potential victims. He would suggest meeting up for a first date, often at his apartment where he had carefully constructed his kill room. This room, inspired by Dexter's fictional workspace, was outfitted with plastic sheeting, cleaning supplies, and tools of restraint, a chilling testament to his warped fantasies. His plan was as cunning as it was horrifying. He used the allure of romance and connection to lure his victims into a trap, a carefully constructed facade that masked his true intentions. The online world, with its anonymity and ease of deception, provided him with the perfect hunting ground. Twitchell's first attempt at enacting his Dexter fantasy was chillingly close to being successful. He arranged a date with a man, luring him to his meticulously prepared kill room under the guise of a romantic encounter. The man, unsuspecting and hopeful for a connection, walked into Twitchell's trap. Once inside the apartment, Twitchell's true intentions became clear. He attacked the man, striking him from behind and attempting to subdue him. A struggle ensued, a desperate fight for survival in the confines of Twitchell's twisted fantasy world. The man, however, managed to fight back, breaking free from Twitchell's grasp and escaping the apartment with his life. Shaken but alive, the man immediately reported the attack to the police. Despite the harrowing experience, he couldn't provide concrete evidence to identify Twitchell. The fake name, the carefully constructed online persona, and the lack of physical evidence made it difficult for the police to connect the attack to Twitchell. This near miss should have served as a wake-up call for Twitchell, a sign to abandon his dark fantasies. However, his obsession with Dexter was too strong, his desire to live out his twisted fantasies too deeply ingrained. Undeterred by this setback, he continued to refine his plan, determined to succeed in his next attempt. Undeterred by his first failed attempt, Twitchell continued to prowl online dating sites, searching for his next victim. His gaze fell upon Johnny Altinger, a 38-year-old engineer who was new to Edmonton. Altinger, like many others, was seeking connection and companionship in a new city. Twitchell, hiding behind his carefully crafted online persona, reached out to Altinger. He initiated conversations, feigning interest in Altinger's life and hobbies, mirroring Dexter's manipulative tactics to disarm his victims. He suggested a meeting, a first date at his apartment, where his kill room awaited. Altinger, excited about the prospect of a new relationship, agreed to meet. He told his friends about the date, mentioning the name Twitchell had provided, a crucial detail that would later aid the investigation. He drove to Twitchell's apartment, unaware of the horror that awaited him. Altinger was never seen alive again. His sudden disappearance triggered a wave of concern among his friends and family. As days turned into weeks, the hope of finding him alive dwindled. The police launched an investigation, piecing together the fragments of Altinger's last known movements. The investigation into Johnny Altinger's disappearance started with his friends. They provided the police with crucial information: the name Mark, the online dating profile, and the location of Twitchell's apartment. This information gave the police a starting point, a lead in the labyrinthine world of online dating. Armed with this information, the police delved into Twitchell's online activities. They discovered the fake profile, the carefully constructed persona designed to lure unsuspecting victims. They also uncovered a disturbing pattern of deleted files and internet searches related to murder, dismemberment, and the TV show Dexter. The police obtained a search warrant for Twitchell's apartment. What they found inside sent chills down their spines. The apartment was a treasure trove of evidence, a chilling reflection of Twitchell's twisted fantasies. They discovered traces of Altinger's blood, his belongings, and a document on Twitchell's computer titled SK Confessions, a fictionalized account of the murder that mirrored Altinger's disappearance. The evidence was mounting, painting a grim picture of Twitchell's actions. The pieces of the puzzle were slowly falling into place, revealing a carefully planned and executed crime, a real-life horror story inspired by a fictional serial killer. The discovery of the kill room in Twitchell's apartment was a chilling testament to his obsession with Dexter. This room was not merely a figment of his imagination, it was a tangible manifestation of his dark fantasies, a meticulously crafted space designed to mimic Dexter's fictional world. The room was outfitted with plastic sheeting covering the floor and walls, a chillingly practical measure to contain the mess of his gruesome acts. Cleaning supplies were readily available, bleach and other disinfectants, echoing Dexter's meticulous approach to disposing of evidence. A table stood in the center of the room, a makeshift operating table where Twitchell planned to carry out his macabre fantasies. Tools of restraint, duct tape, rope, and handcuffs were neatly arranged, ready to subdue his victims. The room was a chilling tableau of premeditation, a testament to the depth of Twitchell's obsession and the lengths he was willing to go to live out his Dexter fantasies. The kill room offered a glimpse into the dark recesses of Twitchell's mind. It revealed a psyche consumed by a fictional world, a mind that had blurred the lines between fantasy and reality to the point of no return. This room was not just a crime scene. It was a window into the heart of a dangerous obsession. The evidence against Mark Twitchell was overwhelming. The trail of digital breadcrumbs, the physical evidence found in his apartment, and the chilling SK Confessions document painted a clear picture of his guilt. The police had their man, the real-life Dexter copycat who had terrorized Edmonton. Twitchell was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. He initially denied any involvement in Altinger's disappearance, claiming that the SK Confessions document was merely a work of fiction, an attempt to explore his dark side through writing. However, the sheer volume of evidence against him made his claims unconvincing. The trial was a media sensation, captivating the nation with its chilling details and the unsettling connection to the popular TV show Dexter. The prosecution presented a compelling case, meticulously laying out the evidence and highlighting Twitchell's obsession with the show as a motivating factor in his crimes. The jury ultimately found Twitchell guilty of first-degree murder. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. His reign of terror brought to an end. The city of Edmonton could finally breathe a sigh of relief, the nightmare of the Dexter copycat finally over. The case of Mark Twitchell sent shockwaves through Edmonton and beyond. It shattered the city's sense of security, replacing it with a palpable fear that lingered long after Twitchell's capture. The idea that a seemingly ordinary man could be capable of such horrific acts shook the community to its core. The case also sparked a wider conversation about the influence of media on our behavior. The fact that Twitchell had drawn inspiration from a fictional TV show raised concerns about the potential for violent entertainment to inspire real-life violence. It forced society to confront the unsettling possibility that the stories we consume can shape our actions in profound and disturbing ways. The case became a global phenomenon, captivating audiences worldwide with its chilling details and the unsettling connection to a popular TV show. It served as a cautionary tale about the dangers of blurring the lines between fantasy and reality, a stark reminder that our obsessions can lead us down a dark and dangerous path. The legacy of Mark Twitchell's crimes continues to resonate today. It serves as a chilling reminder of the fragility of our reality and the potential for our darkest fantasies to bleed into the real world, leaving a trail of devastation in their wake. The case of Mark Twitchell, the Dexter copycat, stands as a chilling testament to the dark side of human obsession. It highlights the power of fiction to influence our reality, blurring the lines between what we consume and how we behave. Twitchell's story is a stark reminder that our fantasies, however dark or seemingly harmless, can have real-world consequences. His case forced us to confront uncomfortable questions about the nature of reality and the potential for our minds to be warped by the stories we immerse ourselves in. It challenged us to examine the role of media in our lives and to consider the potential consequences of blurring the lines between fantasy and reality. The investigation into Twitchell's crimes revealed a mind meticulously planning and executing a real-life horror story, inspired by a fictional character. His case serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked obsession and the need for critical thinking when engaging with fictional narratives. In the end, the story of Mark Twitchell is a tragedy on multiple levels. It's a tragedy for the victim, Johnny Altinger, whose life was tragically cut short. It's a tragedy for Twitchell himself, a man who allowed his obsession to consume him, leading him down a path of destruction. And it's a tragedy for society as a whole. a stark reminder of the fragility of our reality and the potential for darkness to lurk in the most unexpected places.